This is the one in which Dark Brandon rises, the GOP rages, and the stakes for the upcoming 2022 midterms have now been clearly defined. So please hit that like and subscribe, and enjoy the show. Folks, I think it's fair to say that it is no longer just a meme. The Dark Brandon arc is in full swing based on the events of Thursday, September 1st, in which President Biden issued a primetime address to the nation discussing what he sees as the prevailing domestic threat to U.S. democracy. That threat, of course, being Donald Trump and his fascistic cult of personality that's metastasized in the Republican Party. Biden delivered his speech in Pennsylvania, specifically Independence Hall, which is where the U.S. Constitution was debated and adopted in 1787. Standing in front of the edifice of this legendary historical site, flanked at a distance by 2 Marines and awash in the glow of red, white, and blue floodlights, Biden struck a fairly impressive figure as he gave what was probably the most important political speech of his career. The president very clearly ditched the hat that we associate with affable old Uncle Joe and instead donned the helmet of Dark Brandon. Biden was forceful, frank, and accurate. Very candidly, the president publicly acknowledged that current political affairs in this country are not normal. And without hesitation, he very clearly identified the responsible party. Emphasis on the word party. That's right, Dark Brandon put on blast Donald Trump and MAGA Republicans, calling them out as grave threats to American democracy. Now, for those of you who are about to freak out about intemperate rhetoric, President Biden was quick to distinguish between MAGA Republicans and mainstream Republicans. In the president's own words, MAGA Republicans do not represent all or even a majority of the Republican Party. But he did say that MAGA animates, dominates, and intimidates the GOP. Biden went on to condemn Trump and MAGA Republicans for a litany of political and moral failures, which include January 6th, obviously, conspiracy theories, which you should probably think of as QAnon, the Great Replacement Theory, the deep state, and notions of widespread voter fraud, calls for and a tendency towards political violence, unwarranted attacks on law enforcement personnel and their reputation, most notably the FBI, an increasingly hyperactive refusal to concede elections that they lose, elevating Trump-supporting election deniers to candidacy for high office, and in Trump himself particularly, a refusal to commit to a peaceful transfer of power, shattering a 200-plus year tradition that began with President Washington. After very bluntly identifying the harm, the president then offered hope. An alternative path embodied in his administration's many unlikely legislative successes, which were often, to one extent or another, bipartisan. The Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, which is the single greatest investment in American infrastructure since the days of President Eisenhower. The Bipartisan Safer Communities Law, which is the single greatest act of gun control and gun reform since the days of President Clinton. And the CHIPS Law, which is a sweeping investment in domestic production and research into critical technologies, including semiconductor chips, which are vital pieces of hardware required for pretty much every industry, from military to healthcare to automotive. The president concluded his remarks by vowing to not sit idly by and allow Trump and MAGA Republicans to threaten the fabric of U.S. democracy. And he called on all Americans, left, right, and center, to reject MAGA extremism, as that's the only way to guarantee America's otherwise uncertain future. So let's make the president proud and vote blue in November. Every November. Hey you! Yeah, you. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, and I hope that you did, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe. Also, my link tree is in the description below, so if you have a sec, go ahead and share the love on all my social media accounts. Also, if you want to express an opinion, eternal devotion, or undying contempt, go ahead and leave a comment because we're always looking for feedback. And on that note, I look forward to pondering politics and pop culture again with you very soon.